Virginia is for Grubbers. Let's go. Virginia is for beautiful. Virginia is for Grubbers. We are back again. Well, we're not back again. This is a celebration of the 1 year anniversary for Virginia is for Grubbers. Yeah, golf clap. Yeah, small golf clap. Not only that, but 1 year of doing Old Fashioned Fridays, which has been our biggest and most consistent thing that we've done on our platform to date. We've done an Old Fashioned Friday every single week for the last year, except 1 week we took off on Thanksgiving because it was a holiday, I was out of town, whatever, you know. 51 episodes. Woo. All around the entire state, not just here in Northern Virginia. We've been down to Virginia Beach, Hampton, Virginia Beach, Richmond. What's the west called?
You was in Paris at one point.
Paris.
Oh, yeah, all around Virginia.
I didn't even know there was a Paris. Did you know that, John?
Paris, Virginia. Yeah, we're fancy in Virginia. We're fancy.
You know what I mean? And then all the way down to the border of Tennessee and Virginia, which was
like
Bristol.
Bristol.
Oh, man.
So we're trying to hit as many locations as we can. The goal of Old Fashioned Friday from the very beginning, was to find the best old fashions in the entire state of Virginia. So today I have 3 special guests with me who actually had the 3 highest scores in the entire state of Virginia throughout the 51 episodes that we shot. These, I'm gonna give them a clap for that, you know what I'm saying? If you guys wanna,
the big 3.
If you guys wanna the big 3, hey, you see them coming, you better start running, you know?
My name is Jon Schott. I'm the managing partner and the beverage director for King's Ransom and the People's Drug. They're both located in Old Town Alexandria in Virginia here.
How's it going? This is Ross from Central Thai Street and Tiki Thai, the best old fashioned you'll ever have.
That's it. My guy. Shit.
My name's Richard. I run and operate Nightshift Cocktails in Leesburg, Virginia.
And I want to bring up a point before we talk too much about the anniversary. I saw a post the other day where somebody said, where can you get the best old fashioned? And it was in a Facebook group. And then somebody else commented, you know the ingredients are only whiskey, bitters, sugar or simple syrup, a little bit of orange, muddled. It's not that hard to make. It took away, to me, what you 3 gentlemen do. Like the amount of effort, passion, and dedication that you guys have to your craft, that comment alone, it just like, it felt like a slap in the face to me almost, because we've rated old fashions that were like a 4, and we've actually never released those episodes. Because when we first started, we never released any episodes with really bad ratings because the pandemic was still heavy and I didn't want to do any disservice to any restaurant. The point is, I want you guys to talk about like maybe just a short, brief intro of like how you got started and why it's important for you guys about the small details.
I mean, look, to touch on that, of course, those are just only these ingredients, but that's a cocktail. A cocktail is a spirit, it's a bitter, it's a citrus, it's a sweetener, and it's water, right, which is ice. So with an old fashioned, right, look how big this cocktail is. There's ice in here. Old fashioned is going to be a little over 2 ounces after we dilute it and stir it, right, which the bulk of that being the spirit. That means it's the smallest degrees in which we can add those other elements of a cocktail and still have it be a cocktail. So the margin for error is so small in an old fashioned, and it's so easy to tell the differences between such subtle things, right? Also, it's a jump off because if you make a good old fashioned, right, it's a go-to for a guest at the bar, and then it lets you introduce yourself to them and gain their trust, and then you build this relationship. It's a gateway. So like, please, like this, let me show you this. Again, that's the craft. Oh, it's only these things, but like, have you ever had a really good French fry or like a really bad French fry? And it's a simple thing too. So we're gonna take something simple and make it stand out and important. That's our job, you know? And we're used to people talking on message boards.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing. They've got time to do it. We're back in the lab. You know what I mean? So,
Zing!
yeah.
Always by like the 5th old fashioned, they're just like, let me tell you how to make the best old fashioned. Have you ever put maple syrup in it? Trust me, it's incredible.
Ross, anything to speak on that?
And so for me, I would say the attention to detail. So yes, the ingredients that you know about, simple, but then proper dilution, proper serving temperature, even having zest. So those little things you kind of miss at home. And so I always tell guests, you're looking for around a 20% dilution when properly making a cocktail. We all know about our clarified ice, and so we're keeping the drink cold, minimum dilution, but the temperature stays there. And then even the glassware. So those little things where, yeah, the ingredients, you have it, but can you actually replicate this entire experience is what makes this cocktail amazing and amazing to experience.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think one of the biggest things that a lot of people have forgotten about is water is an ingredient at the end of the day.
Yeah, all
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when we're using clarified ice, when we're stirring with clarified ice, it's like, that is the detail that we're thinking of. And again, like, we're only working with 3 to 4 ingredients in an old fashioned.
Yeah.
And like, you could have a handful of darts with Malibu pineapple, grenadine, blue curacao, and like nobody's gonna give a shit at the end of the day because you've covered it up with so many other things.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you have something that's like a really simple, elegant cocktail, like you have 3 chances to hit a bullseye, and any one of those can go south. And the thing is, like, we've grown this taste to where we feel like it's developed, where we feel like it's climaxed and been like, this is it. This is, out of the thousands of old fashions we probably made, this is what we feel like represents us the best.
Yeah, that's important. To touch on the ice too, which is a huge part, and like you said, water is an important part of cocktails, right?
Yeah.
It's a huge part of it, right? We were just talking the other day, and there's this quote that came up that I love, is that like heat to a chef is the same thing as ice to a bartender, right? Like how we're gonna dilute and mix and have our drink made. So like it's critical to us too.
Yeah. Now, when I first started Old Fashioned Friday, I'm like, you need a single cube, you need a single cube. And I didn't realize that there was a huge difference between the single cubes of the giant, cloudy single cube and then the clear ice. Ross, you actually put me onto that and educated me on that, which I'm grateful for, and showed me that, like, you know, that the time it takes for that thing to melt versus, you know, a giant million little ice cubes or a cloudy big cube. Like, this is going to last way longer. And an old fashioned is meant to sit around, talk, conversate. It's not, you know, you're not taking shots of it. You know, well, you know, some. I mean, listen, depending on where you're at in the
first
night.
one might go down.
Yeah.
In the
But
beginning, your
fast.
overall taste used to be really fast. Like you do your
Yeah.
first sip, and then overall it's like, all right, that's the same. Ooh, slow down.
I mean, none of those videos exceed 5 minutes. So
If I make a 15-minute Old Fashioned Friday, my ratings are gonna go like right to the ground, brother.
You slowed it down over time in the beginning.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll just shoot a time lapse of me like going by. Noted.
Solid.
But no, I think all 3 of their answers are a testament to your guys' dedication and passion to your craft. I mean, just those answers alone show, I would hope so, the people watching this, like how dedicated you guys are to not only creating a great cocktail, but the importance of giving that guest the experience, not just, hey, here's an alcoholic drink, you can get drunk, like have fun. And honestly, like I said, you guys noticeably had the biggest difference. You guys all use clear ice, all with the stamps, all with the great glass size, and the smoothness of it. I honestly think even if you're not into bourbon or whiskey, somebody could come here and drink that drink and they will enjoy it. I want to get your guys' opinion. I'm being dead serious, this isn't even a joke. I was contemplating not continuing Old Fashioned Friday after the 1 year and either doing something different or just like focusing on kind of highlight videos like I did for all 3 of you actually.
Sazerac Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, but no, Old Fashioned Friday, like I hear from people, yo, the old fashioned guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least every other day, twice a night, I hear don't. And it's like somebody's like watching their phone, vertical mode, just like what's up? And I'm just like, all right, I might as well just start making it.
They realize their volume's up when he hits them with the intro, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah, don't stop the old.
Yeah, and it's really like, I mean, not saying you're an influencer, but I think you have made a really influential series with this, to where people are now like, you have these, I mean, every single area is going to have like their big foodie group, their big beverage group, and I mean, you've essentially steamrolled this momentum that nobody asked for. Like, nobody was just like, we need an old-fashioned guy.
That's what they needed, though. They didn't ask for it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what they needed.
And nobody, but you were just like, F it, I'm the old-fashioned guy now.
Yeah.
And now it's like, again, like 51 episodes later, it's like, you are the old-fashioned guy. You post a video, it scores a good rating. People are like, well, shit, I need to check it out.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's got good momentum, and the old fashioned is like the most Google drink in the DMV right now. It's the second most ordered drink in our area, aside from a margarita, which is going to be like always the most ordered drink because people know it. But like, dude, roll with that old fashioned, right? It's time. It's a classic cocktail. It's a classic series right now. So.
And another thing about the influencing is that he's also educating.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I'm tasting this, but he's walking through people to say, okay, now this is what you need to expect. This is what you need to look for. So you're educating people about the cocktail. So that's a great thing. And so now keep the education and keep the influence. Keep the inspiration going.
I mean, it's compliments. Like I said, I learned the ice thing through you. So continuing to talk with people like yourselves, chefs, mixologists that are at the top of their game and like learning. And I'm good if somebody's like, yo, what you said is completely wrong. I'm like, word, like teach me, you know, because I want to know, you know what I mean? So I'm not putting out, you know, some stuff that might not be correct or whatever, but it's really kind of you guys. I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported the Grubbers platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all the Facebook groups that, you know, support us and allow us to share these videos and continue to grow. We started Virginia is for Grubbers. The idea came up in April, middle of the pandemic, and the reason was a friend of mine that I really, really trust. I was going through some things, and they said, why don't you go out and just do something nice for a business? And I went out and I shot a video for a restaurant. We had a great time, and then I was like, well, I can't travel outside of the country. Like, you can only stay in Virginia. Why don't I just focus on the food and beverage industry, which is how I started, actually. Like, I busboy, bartender, caterer, server, like I did all that, you know? So I was like, okay, why don't we create this platform that focuses on the state of Virginia, which in my opinion has some of the best restaurants in the entire country.
We do.
And now it's a year later, I don't want to get emotional, but it's a year later and we got this crazy support from anybody that shares a video, anybody that hits the like button, anybody that leaves a comment. I know a lot of people are like, they watch it, whatever, they enjoy it, they just keep scrolling, whatever, but those things really help us continue to grow and help us continue to keep coming out and meet people like these three great individuals and highlight them so that we can show how dedicated they are and how you can have such an amazing experience at a wide variety of different locations in the state of Virginia. So thank all of you for the support.
Thank you.
And I'm hoping it continues to grow. I appreciate all three of you. Again, the highest rated scores in the state of Virginia throughout 51 episodes throughout, again, we went all over the state. Nightshift Cocktails in Leesburg, Tiki in Reston, Sensei in Ashburn, Virginia, People's Drug, King's Ransom, and Old Town Alexandria. That's where you can check these gentlemen at. If you want good cocktails, I don't even care if you don't watch this because you're like, I don't like old fashions. You need to come to these locations because these are the best at what they do.
We got a cocktail for you.
Yeah,
we got you.
Yeah. So again, thank you guys for the support. I guess I just need to end it with a strong Virginia. Maybe we should do it together, you know what I mean? Or 3 Virginias for Grubbers or something, you know?
Okay.
Brad, can you count us down, B. Radley?
3, 2.
Virginia is for Grubbers. Let's go.
Solid. Overall.
As always, guys, if you're not following us, we are at VA is for Grubbers on Instagram and Facebook, and you can find us on YouTube by typing in Virginia is for Grubbers. We're super excited to continue supporting businesses around the entire state of Virginia and can't wait to celebrate year number 2 with everyone. Cheers.